Hello, everybody. Welcome back to St. Clair Saints Fortnite Solos, presented by PlayVS. My name is Jackson Pride Brown, continuously joined alongside Amanda Commander Dupuy here, as we've been on the mic for a couple hours here now, streaming some Fortnite Solos, been having a good time, we've been vibing, and we're just going to continue doing that here as throughout the rest of the night. Most likely going to have 2 more games here for you tonight, and I think this one we're about to hop into is strictly serious here, playing in this one. There's going to be no Vexy currently in this lobby. And then for our final game, we might see both. We might see just Vexy or something like that. So we'll see what happens. But as of now, we're going to hop into Sirius's game. And we're already seeing players fall as we see Boxo and Calyx actually both already down. And yeah, we're going to see the continuously plays come through here. So Sirius, you're going to see him near the top of your screen there. We are currently on his POV. 98 players in the lobby, now already dropped down to 92 through early game frags. Sirius has officially landed, and he's instantly hopping into a semi. And that semi actually, the reason he did that is that semi had barrel. Oh!
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 Oh, they go for a ride in the wind.
Man. They're just driving! Okay, because Gluten has no weapon. Like, Gluten's like, okay, I'm screwed at this point.
Oh my god!
Okay, so Gluten has literally strictly, like, a pickaxe right now. Where Sirius strictly has an SMG.
Oh.
So he's going to park him in here.
No!
Oh, no.
No, serious!
No, this is a free kill. What happened?
Get back here!
The player will run away. Okay, so an interesting start. He gets a tire for himself.
Chase after him. You got this.
Oh, he gets another truck.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, bless. Here we
We're at
go.
a
It's like
high-speed
manhunt.
chase.
Oh man, I feel like this is like cops. Bad boys. What you gonna do when they come for you?
Oh no! Oh, no.
Oh, he gets out. Does he find a weapon? He has a weapon. This is a serious fight. Oh, the semis collide. We are getting into it. He's firing some shots. Gets a dig to the head. The truck is now slowed down. Sirius, do you give up on this gunfight?
Don't give up.
Oh, he finds an
Don't
AR.
give up.
He doesn't have enough mats. Come on, Sirius. Blow the thing up. No. Oh, the truck stops? Oh, no.
Oh,
There's
leg.
oh, damn. Oh, but he finds some shots. Okay.
Let's go.
This player
Let's
is
go.
out in the open now. He realizes he takes a Prius. What is happening? Why? This is madness. This is absolute madness to the start of the game here. Serious. What a start.
Fortnite is one of those games where you never know
Oh
what's
my
gonna happen.
goodness.
That was Gluten just hops in the car next to him.
Holy.
Also, I'm seeing another name I recognize.
Like-
Is Draza playing today from the Fortnite team? I'll have to get confirmation from production for that. Is Draza playing today? Because I do recognize that name
Oh,
from our Fortnite team. It looked like he's down there as well.
oh, sure.
Unless it's a different one.
That's a St. Clair Saints player? Okay.
There
that
we go.
is
So we
Draza.
see Draza today. See where he's at. He is 35
He's at
points
35
in.
points, yeah. So he's not doing, phenomenal, but he's definitely not doing bad by any means. He's probably around still in the top 600-700 players of these players here. Just a quick update for you guys. There is 1,100 players total in this tournament. And so if you're in round, like middle of the pack would probably be around, 300 to 700 marker there. And so Draza and I really all your St. Clair Saints players right now are kind of hovering around the middle of the pack around these teams here right now. Kind of. We do have Vexy kind of near towards the top pack a little bit more. I think he's around top 250, something like that around there. And sorry, he's like 100 there. Yeah, so he's looking a little solid up there. So I mean, it's hard to say. I didn't really get a huge in-depth look at the leaderboard, but we're gonna do more of a dive at the leaderboard as this game finishes. But speaking of this, Draza and a very good gunfight, but he does get tagged down early. That was a tough shot for him to give up because just really it was a weird positioning, weird angle. Will have a launch pad, and he's going to use it to get out of there. Probably the smart decision. Doesn't take him as far out as he wanted. That was a little interesting to see. Draza now in a position that is very scary. He has no material. So he has 1 build, sorry. And he uses... Oh, sorry, he has 8 builds. Never mind. He uses that one of those 8 builds, and now it's going to be weirdo. Currently still having him locked down for that position there. Draza still keeping his life manageable somehow. He can't really give up a whole lot. He will decide to fall off here a little bit, but ooh, the mats are not there anymore for himself. He's trying to get more. He gets 1, but he's just gonna get shot down now. I mean, this is a tough position. That's just I don't know if this is really a winnable position to try to make it out at this point in time. If you're Draza, like you just want to get out of this gunfight, and but he's really worried that if he just starts running away, that he's gonna get focused and he's not gonna be able to keep his life. And he might be getting focused right here. He somehow makes it up, but he gets shot in the back any second. Like. It's only a matter of time, potentially. Will get himself a little bit more assault rifle ammo, and there it is. The hunt comes through from Weirdo. He finds that frag, but we're going to head back over to Sirius here. Sirius still at the 59-point marker, sorry, and he does have a decent bit of materials. He has himself a Prius, no lift kit, though, and he has the assault rifle SMG shotgun combo, just a good amount of shields. Sirius is doing fairly good RNG-wise here early game. He also does pick up a big shield for himself. He's going to replace the SMG for that one. Gets a little bit of an ammo box, providing himself some more bullets and whatnot for his fights moving forward as well. And there's actually a good amount of chests here. I didn't even really technically realize how much was actually here. So he's going to continue to open these up, see if he can find any kind of upgrades. He really would most likely be looking for a little bit more of a assault rifle upgrade. You know, you want maybe a little bit more of like maybe a green or a blue, purple, gold, anything really, essentially that's above that. But he's just getting his metal up here a little bit now and, you know, kind of just farming.
So right now, we checked the leaderboards on the break. Right now, before this game, at least Sirius was at 121 and Vexy was at the 102 mark. So
okay.
Depending on how this game goes for them, they could get well into the hundreds. They could get probably into the 80s.
Yeah,
70s
I would say a really successful performance would be placing top 100 out of 1100. That means you're in that top 10 percentile, top
Over
8, 9 percentile, yeah. Or yeah, so you're gonna be there, and you're looking pretty good and pretty solid in that regard. Sirius now going to be just cruising around his vehicles as he does. I feel like he utilizes a lot more than Vexy does. Every time I see Sirius in a vehicle, but he doesn't see Vexy on a vehicle too often.
No
Ooh, no! Sirius taking a lot of damage. Will ultimately pop a shield, so he should have a good amount of health to regain back in this gunfight. He's going to use those juices just to try to get some quick health, and he will do that successfully. Now sitting at nearly 160 HP. It's him and Gluten now in a gunfight. This is him and Gluten. This is the same gunfight from beginning of the game.
This is a rematch.
Oh man, this is the time to shine. This is where battles collide. This is where winners are decided. Let's see how this one happens. Oh, Sirius almost getting pop shotted, but doesn't take any damage on that one. He does steal a couple walls from Gluten, so this could turn bad, could turn good. Let's see, Gluten going to be just behind this wall. He fires a couple pop shots into it, fires a couple more after Gluten gets a little more distracted. And you can see Sirius here, Dressbully just trying to find an opening at Gluten. I mean, he has him pinned down in here right now, and he finds some shots. There's 31 damage down, so that's a good start that can really help you later on in this gunfight, potentially. Maybe slow Gluten down, maybe prevent Gluten from finding those heals and whatnot. Sirius still controlling this gunfight. We only have 58 remaining here in this lobby. This is a big gunfight for Sirius to win if he does want to place in that top 100-point marker. And he does find some more shots. That's going to be all of the shield gone for Gluten. He's forced to play it a little bit slower. He is drinking his mini, and that is now what's going to result in Sirius getting a little bit more aggressive on the gunfight, knowing that Gluten is forced to play it a little bit slower and having to use some shields here. We could see a little bit of a play come here. He's trying to find a window opening. Oh, he didn't steal the wall. I thought he did. He does make it out a little bit further. No, the aggression. Gluten actually getting quite aggressive there. Could be rewarded, but Sirius going to be getting a little bit more here on the high ground. Pop some more of his minis and should be popping another mini and a big, probably, to be completely honest, to actually take this gunfight at a high note again. But as of now, it's looking like he's got 93 HP taking this gunfight.
Yeah, Sirius up here in a pretty good position. I mean, is facing off against Gluten again. Maybe don't want to be in the storm too much, but it is only taking away 1 health at a time.
He has no healing for health, though. That's the problem. He is
gonna want to move.
Yeah, it's only taking a little bit, but he is fairly far with no healing for Storm, which does make me very concerned. He has to win this gunfight in a couple of seconds if he wants to make it out successfully. And I think he knows this, which is what's going to make him get a little bit more aggressive. He knows the big is just not really worth it considering time and health and whatnot. So, I mean, he gets aggressive. He finds the frag. See, that's the big thing with finding the frag. He gets a 50 HP health boost, so he doesn't really desperately need it as much. But he's going to sit in here now. He's going to pop this med kit in here. And now this is just going to, he's going to heal up in here. He's playing more survival out here. No one's going to come looking for him over here, right? So, I mean, this isn't really too bad of a setup. But there's also 2 people stuck back in Believer Beach. There's somebody right on the edges of Holly Hides. And, yeah, he's serious. Going to be looking to take this truck in. He does keep a med kit, his rifle, a shotgun, and 3 minis. Also has a launch pad to use to work with. And he will find an additional grappler and mini. And more minis, actually, now with that. So he can't really use the minis quite yet. But he is going to be able to use that med kit. So, oh, he's actually using the med kit so he can pick up more minis. Okay, smart move there. And does he actually decide to pick up those minis to fill another slot? No, okay. Or oh, because there's another.
Another
I
med
didn't
kit.
see there's another med kit there. So yeah, he's gonna actually grab that. Better alternative there for him. He's gonna drive into the circle. Now, does he use that med kit right away? That's my question. Does he use it to heal that extra 14 HP, or does he save that med kit and use it at maybe a little bit more of a wise time? We'll find out. But as of now, he's trying to get his materials back up a little bit because he's only got 47 builds out of a potential 150, and he's definitely gonna need more of those. So the materials are getting gathered here now from him, and he's just trying to set himself up nicer for end game, as now he's in the top 50 at 61 points.
Gonna need to get some steel sometime soon too, because that's a very good resource to have, especially late game. Because when you have like vehicles blowing up and people trying to shoot down walls, it's usually a good idea to have those stronger materials for builds.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one, Amanda. So we are getting into the circle developing a little bit more here now, as we do see Alkive on Twitch here just flying around on his vehicle or whatnot. We're just looking at a little bit more POV, maybe getting a little bit more into the gunfight side of things, because now we're in the, a little bit thicker of a part of the map. There's lots of players around Alkive here right now, and we could see the map further develop towards the mid-center part of things. So we're going into a little bit of a free cam here now. You can see what's going on around him. He has some players from the high ground shooting down on him as well. So that's going to be Zamasiko, and they're just going to be vibing here kind of right now, mid-circle. This is the part of the game where things slow down here a little bit. We're in that stalemate kind of things where we've constantly mentioned it throughout this whole, broadcast and whatnot. So this is the time where me and Amanda kind of just sit here and talk to you guys, the viewers back at home.
Yep, definitely. I mean, right now, there's nothing really going on. We have, I guess there's a few kills going on the board, but I'd imagine our St. Clair boys are just kind of hanging out, trying to get some resources, trying to upgrade their kit to the best of their ability.
Well, there is only Sirius in here right now, so it's not like we were going through and looking at Vexy and stuff right now. So Vexy also in another game. Hope he's having a decent run for himself over in that regard, but I think it's going to be Hamsky here just waiting for this drop to come through. He doesn't... Oh, this player that's going for this drop doesn't know that Hamsky's in the circle. Hamsky will open up. He has a shotgun out, though. A little bit of a mistake on his part. He's going to get some even damage now onto that player. Gunfight not going completely towards his way, but he is going to look to get a little bit more aggressive on this player up here towards this supply drop. And Hamsky just gathering himself a little bit more HP before he takes any sort of battle.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what he'll do here, if he's going to choose to wait it out a little bit or what. We're kind of zooming in. We can see Sirius is actually not that far from Hamsky either. So they might be going up against each other soon. We'll have to see.
Wait, where is... Oh, Sirius towards the top left. Okay, I see.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he's not too far from that gunfight as well himself. He's running up on one here, and he knows that metal is still building, so there's most likely a player inside of that. He has a little bit better of a weaponry setup here now. That grapple could really help his movement. He's got the shotgun and the rifle. He doesn't have a crazy amount of rifle ammo, which could be a minor concern, but he's got a couple of launch pads, and he also has slurp juices inside his little 1x1 here that he currently is in. So at this point, if you're serious, I feel like you run the clock, right? You play for your placements. You play in this little 2x2 you have. If you get bombarded, you have more heals in here for you ready to use. You can use a couple windows to try to peek out, find some pop shots, because like I said, you have heals in here for you to use if you want to, get your health back up here a little bit towards the better side of things. But at this point, he's just looking through his builds here. Once you tip note, if you guys don't know, I assume most of viewers back home too, but if you actually go into the edit build mode, you can get a better visual through your builds, and as they're transparent rather than actually having the bricks laid out there. So we do see Sirius here do that a little bit up towards the top and try to gather a little bit more intel. He's gonna do it here once again, just trying to gather that intel a little further. However, it's not gonna be too much of an impact. He's just trying to get as much little bit of intel as he can. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's pretty slow here. All these players stalemating, and it's pretty interesting to see how this usually works. It's always like this, right? It's a stalemate as of right now, and then it gets down to that final, moments where the circle's moving so quick, and all these players absolutely just collide. So we should be seeing something along those lines start to get formed here in the next couple of circles. So bear with us in the next 3 to 5 minutes here. We should have a lot more action headed your way, but oh my goodness, why are all those trees go orange and stuff?
Oh, they're on fire, I think.
Are they? Are they all on fire?
Is the whole forest on fire right now?
Is that from like one vehicle catching on fire? Wow, that's from one vehicle. That's crazy. So it's going to be interesting how many of these trees we actually do see fall from this one vehicle. They're all actually going to slowly vanish here now. That's going to actually make this map a lot more open now. There's a lot of trees to catch on fire, and there's a lot more of this map to now be opened up for these players. So we'll see what happens as things do come through. However, Sirius still going to be locked down in his defensive position with only 42 players remaining on the map.
Yeah, we have not as many players as we usually do going into this part of the game, but that's okay. You know what? That's actually not bad for most of the players here. It means a lot more points for everybody involved. During this moment, we do have the Lambo this time with the racing knives.
Yeah, I actually have a question here now. I don't know if production's going to know the answer to it or 100% or not, but like, are some cars faster than others? That's the question. Like,
I do believe so, yeah.
So like the Lambo is definitely going to be faster than the pickup truck, obviously. But my question is, would like the Lambo be faster than like the Prius? That's the question, because they're both similar vehicles. Okay, it looks like they are. So yeah, so it looks like that's what we're going to be seeing here. So that's interesting. I think, though, it does work, though. The faster the car, the less health it has, though. I believe that is the way it works as well, because
It depends,
yeah,
I guess.
it does depend. I know for a fact the pickups and the semis have more health than the regular vehicles do, so we'll see there. But yeah, I believe that's the pattern. You know, the faster it goes, probably the less health it has. But yeah, let's see how this thing plays out, as this is where things start to get a little bit more interesting. Not really this circle and the next ones where things really start to get crazy. But yeah, we might find some big picks here. That's actually 46 down onto that flying bird. I believe that just dropped some sort of weaponry. But yeah, that is going to be now serious. Still kind of just playing his position here now, playing it nice and slow, playing for these placements. He will get one more placement point, and I think if one more player drops, he should get an additional point. I'm not 100% certain on it, but last time around, they did get a point for being top 40. We'll find out here momentarily, and yes, he does. He just got an additional point for being top 40. So now, Sirius currently sitting at 62 points, looking pretty solid here in this game. Number, I think this is Sirius's 6th.
I think so too.
So this is Sirius's 7th, but his first one was very quick, and he had a little bit of lag. He only got 1 point from it, so let's not count it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't count. I actually have a question for Ghost Dan over here. The van that we saw a few moments ago with the little circle above it, do you know exactly what that is? It looks like maybe a power icon or like a reload kind of icon.
If it's what I'm thinking about, it would be a reboot van. However, that doesn't really come into play unless it's a team game.
Oh, okay. What does the reboot van do
Reboot
for
van
you?
basically lets you res your teammates back up into alive and
Oh,
gets
like
them-
Apex.
Yep.
Yeah, very similar to Apex. So, but yeah, reboot van's not active here in solos, as you know, players are never like knocked down or actually knocked out once you're done. Your whole team is done there. So, yeah, this is where things get intense, Amanda. This circle transformation right here. So in about 20 seconds, we're going to see this circle come into a smaller effect. You see a lot of players have already rotated in that circle, but there's a lot that are also on the outskirts that might lose their lives here momentarily on the rotate. Sirius is all set up and ready for this. He's good to go. I mean, he's had very good luck because he's been in the same 2 boxes here now in this game for the last 5 minutes or so. And it's really lucky because this circle keeps moving closer and closer and closer onto him. So Sirius, fairly honestly, placement point-wise, is in a very good positioning. Frag-wise, he only has 1, but he has a lot of time still to find a lot of other kills. There's still 32 other players remaining in this lobby for him to potentially find. But yeah, the circle getting a lot smaller here right now over the next 50 seconds. It's definitely going to result in this lobby also going to be getting smaller.
I think his strategy now is to wait till that 30 mark, you know, get those points. If I do believe you get them for 30.
I think he gets them for 40, 30, and so on and so forth, because you got the 63rd point from being top 40. You should probably get the 64th point from being top 30, and then it gets like obviously closer in your end game. They get more and more. Yeah. It gets like 15, then it's like 12, then it's like pretty much like probably like a point after like almost every player goes down at that point in time. But yeah, there's a lot of frags coming through, so it does look like there is now only 30 remaining. And let's see what happens here. Did Vexy find another point? He was at 63 last time we checked, so let's see if he gets advanced up to 64. We'll find out. But as of now, the builds are getting more and more in depth. And the circle's getting a little smaller, but now we're about to find out where the next circle's going to be. Oh, another car going way up there now landing. Oh, it's like going right on top of builds there. Pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, the circle now going to get smaller here. Now this is the circle where we're going to see the lobby get down to about 15 players or so, because it's so hard. You're going to see some players try to rotate over and get into that the little section of that circle already. However, there's a lot of players that are going to be forced to rotate over. Sirius is going to be one of those players. He does have Jason underneath him there, and a little bit of a gunfight of himself. Sirius, though, he's going to try to take this one as best he can. It will be a kill coming through on the other side of the map there, so down dropping us to 29 players. But this storm is going to be moving in about 15 seconds, so things are about to get real interesting. Nice little tag there, but not going to benefit him too much. Does have Casper right above him here, and this one could be a tough one to win. We'll find out here in a second, though.
He has Jason's pool right below him, Casker right above him. He's in a little bit of a pinch right now. He needs to be very careful with where he goes next. It looks like Casker doesn't really notice too much about Sirius's position. Like, he knows he's there, but not exactly but he's peeking up on him. He's a little bit focused on another fight right now. Serious, making sure that nobody comes up behind him as well. Trying to rotate without really being seen. It looks like so far it's working.
Yeah, things are looking good here for Sirius here now, as it is so far working. Just got a little bit more work to do himself here, being very stealthy about things and playing for these placement points nicely. Yeah, these placement points could really help Sirius here moving forward, so we'll find out what happens. He does have 64, so it does look like he has gotten that top 30 placement point. Now he's just looking to maybe get a potential top 25 one. I think that's the next one. As the storm does collapse here a lot further, there's going to be a couple players still just on the outskirts, but they should be rotating in momentarily. But yeah, as of right now, I mean, St. Clair, or sorry, not even St. Clair, really just Sirius, is looking fairly decent here, being out in the top, 25% of the game or so.
Yeah, and there we can see the van that I was talking about earlier. And I guess that does answer my
Yeah,
question.
that's definitely a reboot van, just no use for it here in solos. But, yeah, the builds are all around the map here. This next circle, look how far it is. That's actually a big mission. Like, this next circle is going to kill off so many people. Sirius, he does have an okay amount of builds. It does concern me a little bit. He is going to make his way over to that big stack of materials. Now, does he drop down and actually gather some of those? That's my question. Oh, he wants to grapple those materials. He's just a little too far to grapple to them quite yet. But he is making his way here through now. He should be close enough to grapple. Oh, nice. You can grapple materials towards you? I thought you had to grapple onto the actual, ability, grapple onto the wall, bring yourself towards it, and then get the abilities with your own body, but I didn't know that he could pick up materials and bring them towards himself there. That's actually really interesting. So he's actually going to present himself a good amount of materials and an upgrade there, which is very nice if you are serious in this situation. He is making his way all around to the other side of the map. Sirius's rotations there were very good. Like, Sirius is in a very good positioning here now. He does get a couple shots there, taking out some of those walls behind Pikes, or I think that's his name. But Sirius still now making his way, gathering himself, and Sirius, you can definitely tell right now, he's definitely just playing his life. He's playing the rotations. He's playing to stay inside the circle and just live out the rest of his opponents, and he's doing a good job of it right now. The only problem is everybody else in the lobby also doing a good job of it. Like, there's still 26 people in this tiny circle. This is madness.
Look at how far away this next tiny circle is as well.
He just got, okay, so top 25 actually gets you 2 placement points.
That's actually
gets you 2 at once. So he just went from 64 to 66. Then he just went from 66 to 68 for being top 20. So there's a lot of placement points that just got gathered. He just got 4 more points. Should take him significantly higher on the board. Now in top 15, it should find him another one. There it is, another 2 points for Sirius. So very good stuff there, right? I mean, he's gotten an additional 6 points in the last couple seconds for placements. If you can just keep that up. Oh, nice little launch right there. Takes him inside the zone. No. He's got to get right below that player, and he does. Now he's got to take a good position on high ground, except there's not really a good position opening for high ground, so he will have to be forced to take low ground. He is going to be A-okay, though. He's just going to pop a mini and a big, gathering himself some health. He is getting a little bit shot at, but I think he should be all right. And he does pop those off and makes it all successful. So now he's just trying to wait out for at least another 2 players dying so we can get an additional 2 points for being top 10. Actually, top 10 might be 3 points, to be honest. We'll find out. No, another 2 points for getting top 10. And now he's at 72, so he's substantially increased his point marker in the last little bit here now, as it continues to work on that as well. Only 10 players remaining. I mean, it's all coming down to the wire here right now and things. Sirius, he's going to take this jump pad up, which is very good. He could get a good high ground. I don't know if he wants to land in Casper's box. He's going to, looks like this is the worst time for this possible. Okay, he's back here now. 74 points. Okay, so now every player that dies, he gets 1 point so far.
Oh, wow.
So now he's at 74. Could find 1 kill point. There it is. Okay, so now he's at 1 point for the kill, and then another 2 points for placements. He's at 77 here now. It's very big for Sirius. If he can pull off a win in this game, it would substantially increase his points. There's another player that goes down, so he gets another 2 points for that player going down. So he's at 79. Every player that goes down, he gets 2 points right now.
He could heal up here. It looks like he's going to do that. There's somebody right below him, but he does have a decent high ground a little bit. I mean, oh my goodness. He gets another one, and he's going to get another.
And here it is. There's really big for Sirius. He's put at 84 points here now.
3 people left.
Only 2 players left, and Sirius is one of them. He's at 87. He's got a good amount of HP. He's got some fish to work with.
Come on,
no,
Sirius.
That tag going to hurt him, and that tag will kill him. He's not able to get it off. That's Sirius's second
place.
No, or that's that Vexy who finished second place first. It was Sirius. Okay, so Sirius's second place finish. But man, Did that ever increase his point marker there?
Absolutely.
that-
He was
that-
like 80 points at the end there, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it was not long into things where I was like, okay, he's hovering around like 62, 61. I know at the beginning of that game, he had to like around like 54. He
Yeah.
ended there around like 90. So, I mean, him looking really strong there. Now, if we could switch over to the leaderboard potentially real quick, I'd like to take a quick little peek at where Sirius is actually located on that leaderboard here now.
And potentially Vexy if he's done his game
Honestly,
too.
Vexy could be. I think it tracks their game's mid progress too as well. So we're gonna look Sirius 43rd,
That's
jumping up
huge.
astronomically. And one thing I actually just realized, I didn't realize this was actually worldwide or. No, this is only NAEs, but there's players like home countries, I believe, that are their actual countries represented. Like you see the Nuage there, his home country will be Sweden there, and that's what he will be representing here in this tournament. So Sirius, number 43rd there, looking fairly solid there. What is actually, sorry, can you guys actually scroll up above Sirius real quick? I'd like to see kind of what the top 50's kind of looking like points-wise. So if he's at 89, it's really, at this point, right, it's like 10 points, and he's into that top 25 spot, right? And then an additional more. Like, obviously, it gets really north of here. Some of these players have been having great games, like, all the way up here and stuff like that. Animal, you see him at number 6. No surprise there. He's looking astronomical throughout this one. But, all right, we can scroll down here a little bit more now and take a look. Maybe find Vexy. It's going to be a little tough, but we could potentially find him here. I don't know exactly how many points he has, roughly, but we should find out here momentarily. We scroll down
He was
pretty
at
quick.
121 last we checked, so he's probably going to be between 200 and 60, I'd say, at this point, if he's not done his game.
I mean, hey, it's only a matter of time until we find out. There's a lot of players still above. We're not going to go in-depth looking too much, though. We'll find out Vexy's final placement here after the broadcast. All we know right now, Sirius has entered the top 75 slot here, or top 60, I guess you could say, of Fortnite solos. We are in the last few minutes of our session. Oh, Vexy, actually 124. That's a lot higher than I thought. So Vexy's actually still in the game as well. He's got a good amount of elim points as well. So let's see how things go here, continuing us forward for the evening. But we will be ready to head into our last game here. I'm not sure if we're going to a quick break, but I don't think so. I think we're going right into Vexy's matchup. But, wow, we've been having a pretty good time so far. So Vexy, you can see him here now. We're going to be hopping into his game. So stay with us in just a second as we carry on with Fortnite solos. And I think this is going to be heading into our last game here. So is Vexy's game that we're hopping in, like, has it already been fully played through already or no? So it's still live as we speak right now. So
Oh, with
Vexy,
a little bit of delay.
yeah, with a little bit of delay there indeed. So we're just going to be waiting to hop into that game here now. So with Sirius, with a very, very big performance throughout that past one, though, I mean, that substantially increases his placement there. What did you say he was up kind of before that game? Was it like near like the 130s, 140s?
He was at, Sirius was at 121 last time we checked, and Vexy was at 102, I do believe.
Yeah, so I mean, very, very good stuff there from them to come through and really up their numbers on the point side of thing as of now. But Fortnite solos continuing with us still as we speak, and we're going into our last game of the night. The session will be ending in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Essentially, what I mean by that is players have another 2.5 minutes to kind of start a lobby, essentially, right now, to kind of queue for a game until queuing is officially disabled. And all games are going to be coming to an end. So we will be hopping into our last one here of the night, and it will be Vexy's game. So I believe we're just going to be staying live and just getting ready to go right into Vexy's game. So yeah, bear with us as just kind of chat with the viewers here for a little bit as we do make our way into that one. But we're getting pretty close to it, and I'm very excited. So it will be, I think the next game we're going into strictly Vexy, if I do confirm correct. Yes, strictly Vexy will be in this one. So we just had one of strictly Sirius, now strictly Vexy here. So we're just going to play this one out to see Vexy's, whole lifespan here and whatnot, as we do see everybody dropping down on the battle bus here. Last game of the night, Amanda. We've been through, I think this is our 6th game here, or 7th game that we're actually broadcasting. One of the two, and either or, I mean, we've had a great time doing it so far, but here we are entering our last game of the night. Do you think Vexy's going to place pretty well in this one, or any predictions? I mean, he's doing already at 70 points. I mean, obviously, he's probably looking to break into that, 100, 110, point marker trying to this game. That's obviously his ideal goal. I don't know, does Vexy go, so if Vexy finishes, like, obviously we have a delay, so I'm not sure, like, would Vexy potentially be able to squeeze in one more, or is this 100% his last game that we're probably watching right now? This is okay. So this is Vexy's 100% last game that we're watching right now. Sirius, on the other hand, though,
He's probably queuing right
Sirius is probably queuing right now. Yeah, so we might have time after this game to actually switch into maybe like Sirius's end game or something like that. We'll find out here. But yeah, Sirius is going to be in his final queue right now, which is actually really big for Sirius to be able to squeeze another game in, because for him to actually be able to squeeze another game in, it works out very, very well for him. Because like, I mean, what is he at now? He's at like, it was like 89. He ended at something like that.
89 or
Yeah, it was
90
89.
in terms of
And
points.
so if he can break up to that, like, you know, 120 point marker, Sirius, like if Sirius wins his next game, like he ends in like top like 15 for sure.
Oh yeah, he's probably going to be up there at that point because a lot of people wouldn't be able to queue into another
Yeah,
game.
exactly what you're saying, right? So we'll see, but a lot of players out of Vexy's game already here. That's going to be 18 down throughout early game in this one, but we still have a long ways to go. Very spread out across this map. That's one thing I've definitely noticed here throughout this one.
Yes, looks like we're going to switch around to another player, just for fun here. Gonna see what everybody's up to. We're at Young Milk SRR POV over here. Interesting name. Oh, he's gonna try to go for the kill here against Oliver.
I think. Wait, what time is it? Okay. Maybe he was trying to find an aggressive kill, maybe Q again. But I don't think nobody's going to be able to really queue again, just looking at the time.
Yeah, it's really on the dot.
Yeah, so...
Oh.
Okay, Q has been... Q has been officially closed, so anybody who is in their last game is now officially in their last game, right? So if you're in-game, you're now in your last game for each of these players and whatnot. So I assume that Sirius, Draza, and Vexy are all in their last games currently right now. I hope Sirius did make it into another game as well.
He did?
He did. Well, yeah, they're not sure, but we hope he did. So I'm not sure if it's like, if you start a queue, but then the timer hits, that do they probably stop your queue, I'd assume, and just say, sorry, like, you didn't find a match in time for you to maybe, like, play another one here. Or, yes, that's, I assume, what I would do. So I hope that Sirius did find another queue just to be able to squeeze in the last one. I assume he honestly did, because of the fact that there is just so many players trying to squeeze in a last one. Like, you know, maybe, like, dying off quick and just trying to squeeze off the last game real quick. So that could be the case, but... as of now, it's going to be Vexy just roaming around.
Just kind of collecting some materials. I mean, in the beginning, we usually have a few kills. It looks like we're at a tiny bit of a stall. There is somebody coming up behind him if he's not careful. Probably using that little purple trail above. But... oh, actually, he spots him right over there. Gonna be a little bit of building going on for Vexy. Gonna see if he can get any pick here at the beginning. Also, just kind of playing slow, trying to make sure he has his materials. Like, it's still early game. He doesn't need to take too aggressive fights yet.
I'm really wondering if in this game... So, actually, quick question for production here one more time. Is this like an actual, like, legitimate theory if I said it this way? So, we're on a delay. So, this game, at its beginning point, was probably live at, like, 10:50, 10:48, maybe something around that regard. So, if there's, like, we never really see 37 players die off this quick, you think there's a good chance that a lot of people want very hot landings just on this one and then try to squeeze in for a final queue on the last one?
It is actually something that we do see relatively common. A lot of people, especially if they've had a couple of decent like late game runs, if they have like maybe 2 or 3 games left, they will just absolutely full send it.
Like 10:50, like 10:45.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah, so it gets to a point where you're like, okay, I know if I full send it in one game, I can either get away really lucky and have a lot of kills early game and somehow still be alive, or get a lot of kills right away, die off, and then just queue up for another one, then play for a late game like as per usual. So that is something we will definitely see here relatively commonly, like Danner just said, and that's exactly why we see 40 people already gone in this one, right? You see like 58 people, like rarely you see 40 people off the map already at this point in the game, so that's interesting to see for sure. It's definitely going to result in a more stale mid-game for sure.
Absolutely. It's going to be quite a bit of wait, most likely here, just because we have so little players already. We're at half the lobby almost, and it's only, you know, a few minutes in here, so we're going to have to see. I don't even think we've had our first storm movement, really.
No, the first storm is actually moving right now, like, and there's still 3.5 minutes on that first storm move, so there's still a long ways to go before really anything really actually officially develops further. But yeah, we're into this game early here, and it looks like Aiden and they're in the same box. This could work out well. Aiden gonna go down though in that one. And that is now going to be... I swear I just saw the name Lasix. I swear I just saw the name Lasix. And I feel like Lasix was one of our Fortnite players, correct, right?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, Lasix.
But it says e-girl Lasix.
E-girl Lasix. Interesting.
So I wonder.
Interesting. You never know, but
Yeah.
yeah, but here we go. Yeah, just continuing forward here. Never know. There's so many players in here. There's so many names that like might be like duplicated or whatnot. But Vexy's still in this one. He does a couple. Like he actually has a decent bit of placement points because so many people died off quick. So it does help him out getting early placement points, which could help him actually get complete placement points. So we'll see. But yeah, Vexy gonna be in here now, just gathering up some materials, gathering up some brick, and helping out his mats for late game. We'll see how this one continues to play out, but currently, yeah, like we were saying, in a very still point of the game, every player just trying to do their own thing.
Yeah, looks like, yeah, Vexy's just getting some materials, hanging out. Gonna build a little bit. Actually, no, he's just gonna keep farming, which isn't a bad idea. Like, it is so early game, and there's so little amount of people that,
So what he's actually doing right now is he's not actually farming, he's building himself his own hut. He's like dead center of circle kind of area right now. So yeah, if you actually take a peek on things, look at him. He's right there.
Yeah.
Right dead center of circle. So
He's
this
in a good
circle,
spot.
this circle is going to be on him, and there's very large chance that next circle's on him as well because he's dead center. So in result, he knows that he's going to be in this little room in the middle of the map for a good amount of time. So what he's doing is breaking all those auto-generated walls and making them his own so he can edit all of them and put his own windows in whenever he wants and really provide himself a better chance to angle. So Vexy, you never know, might be just checking Instagram or something. I'm just kidding. No, definitely not. But Vexy just taking a quick little break, standing there in that middle of the room. And yeah, it's going to look as if Vexy's just doing what I was saying, right? You know, gathering the materials. He's literally just passing time right now in this middle of the map.
Got a bit of a score update for you today. Sorry to interrupt, but we do have Sirius. He was able to get into a game at like 10:57.
Oh, geez.
Went for broke. Unfortunately, took one elim, but finished 71st place. Did not get as many points as he would wish, and I don't think he was able to get into one more. So Series Night is done. Currently being shown at 58th.
50th currently?
58th.
58th. Okay,
That's
so
nice.
He should be able to maintain a top 100 spot. Too many people shouldn't be able to squeak in there. He should maintain a top 75. That's honestly, I'm probably going to predict him to end off near that 70 marker, being at the 58 spot. Not getting too many people to overtake his spot, but definitely a few because there is a ton of people now. There's probably already like 400, 500, 600 people who's already done for the night.
Yes.
There's still like hundreds of those. So the only people left are really like the half lobbies that are kind of full right now, still alive, and Vexy being one of those players. So Sirius will be packing up in the nest here right now, and as Vexy will continue to play, or who knows, Sirius might be, out there supporting Vexy right now, as Vexy tries to climb into the top 100 right now, because Vexy's definitely not in the top 100 right now with 70 points. There's definitely players up there a little bit higher than him there, so he's going to try to continue to do whatever he can in that regard, but as of now, we just see, Big Gerard, and Hush get into a little bit of a tangle here in mid. As of now, though, you see everybody in the lobby trying to play for maybe one more additional placement point, being top 40. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, everybody just kind of doing their thing right now.
Looks like I'm gonna try to take this fight against Hush here. Not really going anywhere too much, just kind of throwing those those splash potions in a sense on himself. Oh goodness, they were up close and personal there for a second, but nobody managed to get any damage done. Gerard going to try to
He's trying to steal the wall. Yeah,
yes.
Gerard was really trying to steal that wall so he can get the edits himself, but it doesn't look like it worked out too well. He actually does get tagged down to 28 armor now, so he's forced to slow down the gunfight a little bit and use a little bit more of those juices of his, and yeah, he's trying to just play his angle here. Now we are in top 40, so everybody on the map did get awarded an additional point for placing top 40 here, now continuously staying in the top 40 marker. But yeah, as of now, it is going to be everybody just kind of a little bit of a stalemate. You see Casker finding one there on the map, and Gerard and them actually getting more of a developed gunfight. Gerard not going to be able to take that one. As we do look around here, where is actually trying to find Vexy? Okay, so Vexy's right in kind of the right side near Hush still. Vexy and Hush and that's this other random character name might be able to get into a little bit of an engagement or a little bit of a tussle here soon, but it doesn't look like too much going to develop from it. Yeah, as the circle does get a little bit smaller, but so many people have already died off that we're not going to see a lot of mid-game engagements. It's going to make this mid-game very dry, which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. The late game is where really things do pick up and makes up for all that mid-game dryness.
Yes, it looks like Casker is going to go against Toxic this build battle. They're so close to each other, but can't quite get through that wall to meet each other.
Yeah, the thing is now, if you die, your night's over, right? So that's the thing.
Exactly.
You really want to keep on this one. You see Sigma's name up there once again at the top left of your screen. It's been very not unusual to see here throughout the night, as Caster will be regaining a little bit of health for himself here now. But he will get shot down from Posick not too long after. So here we go down to the top 35, and I feel like everybody's playing this game a little bit more aggressively. Like, everybody's trying to farm up and get a very substantial jump on the leaderboard late game. Everybody is also trying to, you know, may honestly just probably wrap up with their night. Like, I feel like PlayVS could definitely start at like 7.
Definitely. I mean, right now we're approaching midnight slowly, so you know, everybody's kind of getting tired, but at the same time trying their best to place well in this PlayVS night.
What?
Oh.
Noah, he's going to get ripped down 60 because of those early shots. Luckily enough for him, he does get a quick build off, so it does keep a majority of his health to his name. But he's still in this gunfight here. He does get some more shots onto him, so making things a little bit difficult for Noah.
We only have 33 people left, and this is our second storm rotation, I do believe. So it's still pretty early. One player I would like to see where they're at some point is Sigma. To see how he's doing, see if he's still in that top queue.
Yeah, Sigma's still over towards that north side of the map you can see up there. I want to see if he's actually fragging out. Maybe we hop on his POV quick. Yeah, so he's got 4.
He's at almost 100.
Yeah, he's at 4 with almost 100 points. Yeah, true. So Sigma definitely in that top, you know, 70, 50, 60 range there with Sirius right now. So let's see here, but 32 remain in this one. 2 more kills until some more placement points are awarded to everybody on the map here. Now Sigma, he spots one out, but ultimately is still just making himself get away here throughout the water. Looking for that one, can't connect on the shots, will take 24 damage to himself. Astra will be taking down KU Lance though. And now, just like that, it's, yeah, all up to these final 31 players here. It's going to be Sigma actually running up onto some of these 1-by-1 though. I don't know if Sigma anticipates someone being in there. Sigma will be hopping in the taxi just to take some utility.
Yeah, it's a good use of like an
Taxi.
extra shield there. Yeah, taxi is a big shield for him, so that's pretty useful. I don't know about you, but immediately this skin reminds me of Viper from Valorant a lot.
I don't even know. This skin reminds me of like, what's the movie? It's the Adam Sandler movie. Scuba Steve was Steve. It's like
oh my goodness.
It's like Big Daddy or whatever it's called. I don't remember. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it reminds me of Scuba Steve. That's what the skin is for now for me. The skin is forever gonna be called Scuba Steve for me. But anyways, that Sigma actually takes a good amount of damage there flying through mid, and it's now going to be dropped down here right on the vein side.
Oh my goodness!
Sigma's like, no wonder he has 101 points when he's doing
Sigma
things
male.
like this. Absolute Sigma man, yeah. When you're doing stuff like that, you definitely see why. Posick's also up there. Like, there's a lot of people in this game who are in that top 50 marker, right? You see, I see a couple points. Posick has 103 right now. Sigma at 101. You know, you see Vexy here currently at 75. Obviously, he's up there as well. And that point marker has only 29 remain. Vexy's doing pretty good getting his placements throughout this one, but so far it seems as if we're just waiting for more of these storms to come in and more action to actually come through.
Yeah, Vexy just kind of waiting it out a little bit. Still, like I said, fairly early game. Well, I guess we're at the midpoint, but we do have like 29 people left, which is strange because a lot of times before we had 50, 56 people remaining in the past few. Yeah, so I think it is correct what you guys are saying about people trying to get in quick and then maybe queue for another game.
Get a few kills quick, get out, and queue for another for the final queue. But I really do hope that Vexy just hurries up and dominates here in this one so I can actually go and use the washroom here once again. Because it's been a long night of Fortnite here, and I am jittering over here right now, keeping myself in this one. And it is Vexy's. He really isn't surrounded by really a lot of players right now. So Vexy is honestly going to keep his life. And I know this game's going to go on for at least another 10 minutes. Just trying to bear with myself here. But yeah, it's just going to be Sigma here.
A
still
lot of
trying
water
to continue.
bottles tonight.
honestly, I've a lot of screaming, so I got to keep the throw hydrated. But then one thing leads to another. Next thing you know, I end up in the washroom, and then, man, next thing it's just a big loop around, right? But I'm just trying to sit here and cast some Fortnite.
Exactly. Just need to, you know, put my consciousness into a robot body like that movie Chappie
Honestly.
or something, and then I can cast forever.
One of the things that is never really thought about, but is a huge benefit to a caster, is having a large bladder.
Yes, oh my goodness.
Definitely a huge benefit to a caster is having a large bladder indeed. So we'll see here. But Sigma, like, he wants to do it again. Like,
Oh
he just
my
doesn't.
goodness.
He just does
There
not
he
care.
goes.
Like, he is literally careless of, like, everything in the world. Like, look at him. He's just trying to bolt through these, you know, bolt through all these, you know, walls and whatnot, steel walls. He is shooting through some of them. It's
Actually terrifying.
He's putting so much pressure on Vernormus here. Vernormus will actually lose his life, but Sigma does not get rewarded with the kill. But Sigma is really forcing players into an uncomfortable position, saying, hey, I just want to play for these placement points. Why are you pushing me out so aggressively? But it does benefit, actually, it actually does really benefit Vexy, because Vexy's still in circle. He does still have a lot of points to his name and whatnot, so Vexy's still in a fairly good positioning for himself there. He doesn't look like he's going to be finding kills any really time soon, but he is collecting those placement points second by second every time more bodies hit the floor. 25 remain, only 25% of the lobby around here in this one now, as we do see a lot of players really playing for this endgame positioning here now.
Exactly. Looks like he's just kind of chilling here as well. Like, Sigma has been one of those players to watch. Not quite top of the pack, but definitely up there. Very interesting to see his playstyle. I mean, the aggression seems to work out well for him. He seems to be rewarded by it every time that he manages to do it. So it's interesting to see that playstyle.
So Hush will take down Noah, and that's a big gunfight actually, because I know that Vexy was around both of those players not too long ago, so one of those going down, maybe getting a little bit more intel to as of what's going on around Vexy, but as of right now, I mean, Vexy, yeah, there's absolutely nothing going on around him right now. I mean, Vexy's he's just vibing. Yeah, that's hence why we're staying on Sigma's POV here, you know, just vibing out here more or less. Sigma, he has that confident mindset, very aggressive mindset right now that just makes him think that he's better than every other player in this lobby, and he just wants to take every fight possible. So yeah, we'll see that come through, but only 24 remain, and that's crazy, because that's what I mean. It's really making for more of a stalemate mid-game, right? Because, you know, it's really at this point in time, it's just players are playing for these placements, playing for these final circle, and there's so much space and so much time till these final circles come through that it's really just dragging out this middle of the game. But we're about to see a lot of action come through here in these next few circles.
Absolutely. We are getting down to the smaller circles. And then the circles are going to start moving. And when the circles start moving, that's when a lot of people tend to drop off and get to your final 5, your final 10 moments.
Yeah, for sure. So with only 24 remaining, everybody is trying to fight their way through it here. There's a lot of players on that mid-building mountain area. Vexy's still very far away from all these players. This next circle will be determined in about 10 seconds. So that's going to be very interesting to see where all these players are going to have to rotate to in just a second. You can see the bottom right here. That's what I'm really paying attention to right now, the mini-map on. Will Vexy be okay to stay, or will he have to move? Vexy, okay, Vexy will have to move,
in a great
but he's
spot.
fine. He's fine with moving that. He's just going to get this early rotation through. You see him, we hop on his POV here now. He's just building his 1x1 setup kind of over more to the edge of this circle, and he's just going to play off the edge of the circle. He's completely A-okay. He has this whole setup completely built and done over. But yeah, as of now, it's 30 seconds or so until we collapse into another circle. This is where things really develop very quick. Endgame.
Definitely. It looks like there is somebody right on Vexy right now as well. So he's going to have to watch for that.
Yes, for sure. 22 remains, so, I mean, it's really, like, coming down to the wire here now. And, you know, Vexy almost running into edge there. Could have a gunfight for himself in just a second. Yes, he does. Gets a good shot off. Not 100% of that one connected, but does look like edge is... Oh, a little bit of a freeze. Pause here real quick. No worries. And, yeah, so it will be Vexy trying to find a cheeky angle, but it's tough for him right now. He can't find the ideal angle that he's really looking for with only 22 remaining. I mean, there's a lot of angles to look for still. Actually, not with only 22. I mean, with 22 still remaining, there is still a lot of players here. A lot of angles to look for. It seems as if majority of the lobby has already rotated over to this little half moon of a circle, I guess you would call it. But other than that, I mean, there's still a lot to happen. And this next circle is really what's going to bite people, I feel, as it does shrink down smaller and goes more into the storm.
It's gotten so dark all of a sudden. I don't know if that's normal time in Fortnite. This time change. It does look like we get night and day cycles in Fortnite, which is kind of cool. Haven't played in a very long time, so I did not remember that. But it looks like we're getting into the final little bit here. The circle is rotating, getting smaller and smaller, and everybody is crammed into this tiny space. And we have a little bit of a river running through that space as well. So that's going to make it a little bit more difficult to traverse and to get to the other side of the river without dying.
Yes, indeed. So Everybody's still just battling their way through, and this is, yeah, exactly what I was saying. This is where everybody will be losing their lives. This is, well, not everybody. This is where, you know, we're going to see this lobby get cut from 22, maybe down to like 12, maybe down like that marker, as we do transfer over on this very, very large rotate. In just a matter of 6 seconds or so, we're going to see everybody forced out of position, everybody starting to move, Vexy included. And I'm really excited to see how Vexy places throughout all these gunfights here, as we do see them come through. And, yeah, we'll see, just to see everything more develop here shortly, as now the circle is starting to move.
Yeah, it does look like we only have 22 people left. If we can hit the 20 mark, Vexy will get 2 points. And then he'll be in a lot better spot. He might be able to hit that 80 or even 90 point marker this game. I believe he can get the 80 very easily.
Yeah, if he can get 90, I'd call that dub.
Absolutely. He's going to be ranking up high on the higher on the leaderboard at this point.
Yeah, so he does get an initial little bit of points there, putting him now to 79 as he did enter that top 20 phase. Sigma with another frag, actually. And we do see things just kind of following here. Vexy, one thing concerns me is he doesn't have a lot of builds. He only has 37 builds left, which is not really ideal. If he does get a frag, he can actually take somebody down and take a good amount of their materials. But that's really something that he's looking to have to do here, maybe potentially, is now that 37 numbers immediately dropped down to 23.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I mean. Like, the builds are so hard to keep. He does find a frag, though, which is very good for himself. And that should be some materials there. So now he's got it from 22 builds to 52 builds. Very good increase there for himself to at least help out with the end game building here and help him build a little bit more. But the thing is majority of his builds are right now 26 to 36 are wood. Wood isn't the most ideal material, but he does find that frag there, putting him now to 83 points, as now there's only 15 remaining, and placement points are getting a lot more significant. The frags are big there. He might want to drop down and maybe try to grab some mats, but he does find another kill as we do lag into that one, and that's going to put Vexy now to the 84-point marker. Now, Mayhem, this is getting shot around from every which direction. He's somehow keeping his life, currently at 70 HP. He does have minis and big shields he can pop and use. The storm is coming his way, though. He's going to have to edit out of this and now keep on running and to get and stay inside the storm. Oh my god, running into another gunfight. No, he's going to get shot from the back. Pridal takes down Vexy. Vexy will be placing 13th with 3 frags and finishing at 84 points. Pretty good ending there for him, though, to be completely honest, as now we see 10 players remain in the lobby. We're at the 8th out of 9th circle, so it's only a matter of time till there's actually really no circle left. It's just straight up storm. And Sigma wins these games. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, look at his position. Look at his frags. Like, you know he's got good weaponry. You know he's got everything good for him. 2 more players go down. He's in top 8. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sigma in the top 5 of these total leaderboards after this. Because if Sigma's having a great game here, which he is, and he's already had a few great ones before. I mean, I think Sigma's actually going to be top 5 on the leaderboard here. We've seen him consistently frag out. But there's going to be top 7 here in this game as of now. Every player that goes down is more points gained for each player right now. You see we're in the top 6, still just following this gunfight a little bit more. This last circle has ended now as we are in the final circle is closing. We have about a minute and a half until there's no circle remaining. So this is where we're really going to see everything come down to the wire. The circle is just moving at this point until it starts to slowly get smaller and smaller and smaller. 3 players remain, Sigma being one of which, and he's got the high ground on all of them, so he's going to take the priority here on this gunfight. So Sigma way up higher there. That is going to be Posick down there stuck in the storm. He could get stuck way out there and maybe lose his life in a result of it. It looks like Posick has to make his way back in, but he's not in a great spot. Sigma's still firing away at the roofs of all these players. It's only a matter of time till they run out of builds as well. You see Sigma, he takes a little bit more lower ground here. He wants more kill points too. Wants to get these, and there we go. There's still all 3 of these players alive, surprisingly. The circle's still getting continuously smaller. Sigma will find Posick, but Jesus takes down Sigma. Sigma doesn't find the win there, and that's going to be our final game of the night. Now getting officially wrapped up, as Jesus will take that one back on to us as we do wrap up the broadcast here tonight. We're going to look at the leaderboards a little bit here, but I believe there's still probably games that are like mid-game right now, so I don't know if we're going to look at the final. You have the like that was the last act of game running. Like every single game is completely fully done. Okay, perfect. So let's take a peek. You close Fortnite solos, everything like that. Final peek of the leaderboard. What is the damage?
I could possibly let you know here. So I'm gonna take a quick look. Speed run this because I know you got to run for it. So we are gonna take a look at Siri here. Just gonna have to trust me. It's not on screen, but trust me on this one. Siri, I lied. He was able to squeak 1 more game in there.
Oh, that's huge.
And he was able to get 36th in this one with
36 points in that game.
36th place as a finish.
Oh, okay.
With 1 additional elimination, so a nice extra little bit to have him finish still at 58th. He held his position. Then we do have Vexy. Vexy, after, of course, the crazy run after getting the 10 eliminations there, had a good couple of extra ones, and now is in the top 100, sitting in 85th with 84 points total.
So
we do also then, or one more time, we have Draza. The one, forget Draza, we do have had a bit of a like on and off night. Not very elimination heavy, but like consistent nonetheless. Going to make a top 500 finish at 493rd. And lastly, Lasix started a little bit late. Unfortunately, could not get as many points in as he would or she would have wanted, and going to be in the top 1,000 with only having 5 games in. So
okay, yeah. So
not bad.
overall, good stuff there. Obviously, Lasix, if was able to get that full 3 hours in and potentially more games, could be finishing higher there. The other got 2 guys, or sorry, Draza placing top 500, pretty consistent there, over in the top half of the pack. And then you look at the other 2, they're in that top, the top like 8 percentile, top 7 percentile, playing very good there, both placing top 100. You actually do see it was like Sirius, placing like up there in the top like 4 percentile, top 3 percentile. So very good stuff from them. Now we're just gonna run through a quick few things here on stream for you guys as we do run things out here. So quick shout to Crunchyroll being one of our newest sponsors. I'm just gonna run through these guys real quick for you because I know it's been a long night for everyone and we just want to wrap things up here. So if you guys are interested, Crunchyroll, they really help us out as a sponsor here, new sponsor through this semester. You guys can get a 14-day premium trial for free at crunchyroll.com/saints. Crunchyroll essentially is the Netflix of anime. So if you guys are interested, if you're big anime fans or something like that, head over to Crunchyroll and get your 14-day premium trial for free. Crunchyroll.com/saints. Moving forward with the continuous rest of our sponsors, thank you to Tim Hortons, Subway, the St. Clair SRC, and St. Clair College Alumni Association for helping us out. The broadcast would not be doable without you guys as well as the viewers. So thank you everyone back home for helping us out. And finally, the merch. If you guys are interested in getting any merch for yourself back at home as well and supporting the St. Clair Saints squad, you guys can once again head over to acquire.ca/saints. They have everything from hats and jerseys to flags and jackets and sweaters and crew necks, all of that. If you guys are interested, get your Saints merch over at acquire.ca/saints. All very high quality and very nice designs. Now, with that, that should be doing us for most of the night here. Very good stuff from all the members and play versus. Good luck. Sorry, not good luck. Hope everyone had fun throughout these 1,100 players. Hope everyone had a good day of games and whatnot. But with that being said, this is going to be the St. Clair Saints, not Rocket League, St. Clair Saints Fortnite Solos broadcast coming to an end here tonight. So stay tuned with us, those. We had a lot of action on the Saints Gaming channel throughout the week. We will be a little bit closed down for Thanksgiving weekend, but stay with us through, I think today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, stay with us through Thursday and Friday for some more games, as we will not have any broadcast Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. So Thursday, Friday, tune in for some more action. I believe we have OW, COD, and R6. R6 being Friday and OW and COD being tomorrow. So check in for those. Stay tuned to our social medias as well. You guys can check out those. And those will keep an updates on, our Fortnite placements, all of our game placements, when we go live, stuff like that. So make sure to check us out, Saints Gaming CA on all socials. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Jackson the Pride Brown, joined alongside Amanda Commanda Dupuis. We'll catch you guys all on the next one.